your hands down if you sleep in. Get out of here. Okay. Good quality sleep. And then the other one is meditation. And I want to talk first about meditation because it was this information that I learned that actually sold me on meditating. It actually sold me that meditating actually can help you become better in your business. So simmer down now. Everybody ever see that on Saturday Night Live? Simmer down now. Anybody? No. Okay. Maybe too old. Did I just date myself?
You did.
All right. So there's a book called Peak Mind. Dr. Jha explores and zeroes in on the power of meditation. And what she did was she studied particular groups that are in high stress situations that need to focus and make decisions. And they studied everything, nootropics, they studied Ritalin, Adderall, they studied therapy, they studied everything to figure out what would help people be able to lock in their focus and maintain their focus for an extended period of time. And why is that important in today's world? Because there's so many distractions. So there is 3 systems that our attention systems fall into. So there's the flashlight system. Okay, the flashlight system is where you can point the flashlight and zero in on what it is you want to pay attention to. Okay? Then there's the floodlight. The floodlight system is like kind of paying attention to everything around you all the time. So has anybody ever driven home and then you get home and you're like, how did I get here? I don't even remember the drive home. Yeah. It's because the floodlight got you home. The automatic attention system that just kind of remembers you were paying attention, but it has shut down your like immediate awareness of it. So that's the floodlight. And then there's the juggler. The juggler is kind of like your executive function, but it's your ability to choose, right? And it's all the tabs that we have open. And the challenge in today's world is with social media, they've studied how to hijack your juggler with dopamine kicks, with notifications. And so your juggler honestly can't shut off. It's like, okay, what about this? What about this? I have to do this. What about this? What about this? What about this? This tab, this tab, this tab, this tab. We're supposed to have that, but not at the rate that we currently have. So what happens is we get really used to using this because of the environment that we're in, which means we're not flexing the muscle to be able to use this. This is the flashlight. This is your ability to say, all right, I'm going to stop with the outside noise. Floodlight's working. I'm going to zero in with my flashlight and focus and pay attention to this one thing. Anybody have a problem doing that? Or was I the only one? No. Okay. Like, we all have this problem, especially in today's age. So here's what she found. She found that no matter what she looked at, medication, supplementation, nootropics, for enhancing memory and concentration, only one thing actually made a real noticeable impact. Do you know what it is?
Meditation.
Yep, meditation. So, mental time travel. I already talked about that. That was the floodlight. So, what do you think the magic number is for meditation? How much do you think you have to meditate in order to gain control back over your flashlight? And I'll explain how that works in a second.
20 minutes every day.
20 minutes a day, 5 minutes a day. 12 minutes a day. You've heard this before.
Well, that's not fair.
Yeah. Well, she's competitive. She wants to win.
The fact that I actually remembered it right is...
Yeah. So if you meditate for 12 minutes a day, at least 5 days a week, what you're doing is you're training your flashlight. So here's what it looks like in practice. Good job, Kara. You win nothing except for my praise and a high five.
Well, I mean, that's what a lot.
So, yeah, high five. Okay.
No, I want to like... I'm just kidding.
All right. Here's meditation in practice. So focus. You want to select the sensation, a sensation of breathing. And the reason why, so here's what's interesting about focusing on breathing. It's the only thing that's connected to our subconscious and conscious. We can choose to breathe or we just automatically breathe, right? Automatically breathing happens subconsciously. Choosing to breathe happens consciously. So by focusing on breath, we're actually connecting subconscious and conscious together. So that's why we focus on breath. It's also a sensation that we can zero back in on. So we can forget about it because it is a subconscious thing, but then we can be like, oh, wait, and zero back in and remember it. Okay? You guys tracking me? So think of the breath as a target. And it's a target for your attention. The sensation that you feel is like the breath going in, the breath going out. You can feel it in your belly, you can feel it in your chest, you can feel it in your nose. Wherever you want to focus. Some people have an easier time focusing in the head. Some people have an easier time focusing in the abdomen. Just whatever is easiest for you to focus on. So that's the first step, is focusing on a sensation and that being your breath, okay? The second step is noticing. This is who's ever meditated before, and it's like, all of a sudden you're deep in thought about a bunch of crap, and then you're like deep in this thought. Next thing you know, like 20 minutes went by and you had 1,000 thoughts and you didn't meditate.
Yes.
Anybody ever do that? Okay. So all meditation is realizing that you did it and refocusing. So the longer you do it, the better you'll get, but it still happens to maybe not the yogis of the world, but the best of the best, they still drift. And then they just bring back their focus. So if I'm breathing and then I'm like, oh, what about that one deal that happened? And then he went, oh, I'm not supposed to be thinking about this right now. Let me wipe that slate clean. Let me bring it back to my breathing. Okay, I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. That's literally what the sound in your head sounds like. Oh, not supposed to be doing this, bringing it back here. Then that's the redirect. So just a simple redirect. Now, here's why this works better than anything else. Because using your flashlight is actually a muscle that you have to exercise. When you exercise it, then you can choose to focus and stay focused. So if you have a project or a deal, or you have to put an offer together, you have to stop everything you're doing, you have to be intentional with your child right now, you have to be present in the moment. Your awareness of your presence is focus. And so this allows you to train that part of your brain to focus better than anything you could possibly do. You can add supplements, nootropics, all that stuff. This will outperform those 100 times over just by doing this for 12 minutes a day, 5 days a week. So as we're reading the savers, I know it says 10 minutes of meditation. Just add an extra 2 to that, and you'll actually start to train your flashlight to zero in and focus. You'll get a lot more done in the day if you do this. A ton more if you do it consistently. So now, this is an app that I use called Brainwaves. So if you download the app, there's lots of different signals or binaural beats. So I listen to, it's not guided, it's just a binaural sound. And what's happening is one sound's coming in this ear, a different sound into this ear, and it activates different parts of your brain. So as you're activating those different parts of your brain, you can choose sounds that say, activate and help me heal, activate and help me with focus, activate and help me with sleep. So the different binaural beats will help activate that in your brain. It's called brainwaves. All right. Become great in bed. Get your mind out of the gutter. We're talking about sleep, guys. We're talking about sleep. All right. I know. So we're going to transition from meditation to sleep. So I want to talk a little bit about why sleep is so incredibly important and why it benefits you to have good sleep. It's not just about sleeping in, it's about how your brain actually works. So toxins in the brain dramatically impact our mitochondrial function. So when you have toxins in your brain, that's the brain fog, that's the slow to think, slow to act, slow to react, all of those things, or fast to react, slow to act proactively. But when you have a lot of toxins in your brain, you act sluggish and feel sluggish. Anybody have that experience? Yeah. Yes. Okay. As you were yawning, I was thinking, She needs better sleep. Okay. Or she needs to breathe more. Okay. So unlike every other organ in your body, the brain doesn't detox through the lymphatic system. So every organ in your body, it is constantly detoxing. You have a lymphatic system that is like the filter of your body that's constantly filtering toxins through and then excreting them through your body. The problem is your brain doesn't have that. So your brain actually is flushing what's called cerebral spinal fluid. So CSF, we'll call it CSF. And when you're awake, it does it very slowly. So you're almost flushing hardly any toxins through your brain when you're awake. When you sleep, you get 2 to 5 times more, if you sleep well, of the flushing of that fluid. So that's how you get rid of the toxins in your brain, which is why sleep is so important. In fact, do you guys know the guy that wants to live forever? Is Brian Johnson? His name's Brian Johnson. I think it's Brian Johnson, right? Is it? Okay. We're going to say his name's Brian Johnson for this example. He's a super wealthy tech guy, and he basically said, I'm going to be a human guinea pig, and I'm going to pay tons of money, and I'm going to do all kinds of experiments on myself to figure out how to live forever. Right? Now, he's obvious. I don't think he really means live forever, but what I think he means is have a high quality of life for an extended period of time, for a really long time. Now, his quality of life is actually degraded by the amount of things he has to do because he's a science project. But what he's trying to do is zero in on how do we live longer. Do you want to know what he said? The number one thing that he's found in all of his research, which is a lot of research. Guess what the number one thing was? Sleep. How did you know? It's the number one thing for longevity. It's because toxins, and we live in a very toxic environment, can cause all kinds of havoc inside of our body and inside of our systems. So if you get quality sleep, it improves your longevity exponentially. So here's some tips for solid sleep. First of all, this is interesting because there's people in here, I'm sure, or even on Zoom, that listen to TV before bed, right? So no TV or electronics 1 hour before bed. What you're trying to do is you're trying to eliminate the blue light prior to bed. Blue light is a disruptor to your nervous system, and it will cause you to not get a good night's rest. And then download your day. So I think it talks about it does it talk about it in it? But you write down what were your 3 wins for the day and what 3 wins do you want for tomorrow. So that's just getting the data out of your head. Just the act of writing it out gives your brain permission to stop thinking. Turn your phone on airplane mode. I would actually say don't even sleep with it in your bedroom, but if you do, turn it on airplane mode. Because the EMFs that thing is kicking off is a massive disruptor. So if you have it Wi-Fi and cell phone on, it's literally radiating EMFs the entire time. And if you have it within earshot of your head, it's disrupting your sleep dramatically. Most people put it on their nightstand. Yes? Their phones? Okay. In? Sweet. If you put a bag inside there and block it, 0 EMFs. You should do that. Okay. Use a smart outlet to automatically shut down your Wi-Fi, or you can program your Wi-Fi to shut down at certain times. So my Wi-Fi, if you don't know how to do the techie thing, you just plug it in with a smart. If you guys seen those at Home Depot, it's a smart, and you basically connect it to your Bluetooth. You program it. You say, hey, shut down at 10:30 at night and turn back on at 6:30 in the morning, whatever time. So basically, what happens is that means there's no Wi-Fi signal distributed through your house while you're sleeping. And you want to reduce that as much as possible because it disrupts your sleep. Splurge on a good mattress. If you don't have a good mattress, if it's coily or hard to sleep on, if you roll towards the center, spend the money. And then as close to 0 light in your room as possible. You want it as pitch black as possible. I don't know if you know this, but the way that our ancestors were in this world was close to as close to black as you can possibly be on a nightly basis. They had the light of the stars, and if there was a moon out, they had that. That was it. So, yeah, like maybe even not that, right?
Maybe even not.
Yeah. So,
What do you like? What do you have at your house? Do you have blackout curtains, or do you have?
she's laughing. She's
I
laughing.
saw you look directly at her, like. Okay.
Yeah.
You're just talking about.
Yeah. I have an eye mask because I can't get all the light out of my room. So,
Does the eye mask actually work?
yeah, it's literally as black as you can get. So, it's organic silk. I know.
Do you want to send us your link to
No.
Amazon?
No, I wouldn't get it on Amazon. I wouldn't get it on Amazon.
Where'd you get it?
You guys, I'll send you the link of the one I got. So, don't laugh. The things you do to improve yourself, right? Hey, I'm willing to take any. I'm willing to do any sacrifice I need to do to make myself better. So,
You turn off your Wi-Fi and everything?
yes, automatically every night.
And you put your phone in the airplane mode?
Yes, yes,
Do you do that even though your Wi-Fi's off? You do airplane mode?
yeah. Why wouldn't I?
Because I thought the Wi-Fi wasn't.
Well, because you got data on your phone. Your data-
Yeah, yeah. Still have your cell phone. Yeah, you want so. And I think people are like, what if someone has to reach me?
I didn't do it well.
I mean, what are the odds? I mean, that's a very low risk.
I'm asleep.
So,
Right.
like, I can count on no hands the amount of times that's happened in my life.
But you could make it that if a person calls twice in a row, it'll go to the cops.
Oh,
Well, let's say you put it out in your living room, you could keep.
Or no, I'm
Your
thinking,
phone.
do not disturb.
yeah. That's do not disturb. What you could do is you could just take your phone and you can put it in, 20 feet away from you in your bathroom or wherever.
Or on like a
But
switch
keep
where
the-
it vibrates. Never mind. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the vibration.
Okay.
It's true.
We're gonna go to Ahaz in a second, and then ending with meditation of gratitude or prayer. So actually meditate for just a couple minutes before you go to bed. Gratitude, in my opinion, is the best thing because whatever you go to bed sleeping is what you wake up feeling. Do you guys know that?
Yep.
So this will force that process to happen, and you'll wake up grateful. All right. Now this is the part where you ask questions and give feedback and all that stuff. So shoot. Now you have nothing. What are some thoughts? Questions, comments? Any more questions about the technology?
No, she's shocked.
Let's-
I'll say, like right now, I go to sleep just fine. It's like 2:00 in the morning. I wake up and I cannot go back to bed. And so
Interesting.
I just wrote down everything because I'm like, Rick likes to watch TV before he goes to bed. So I am going
Well, and
to.
if I were you, I would use ChatGPT, and I would really dive into like build a health project, put all your stuff in there, and then everything you're working through, and then get recommendations. Like, do you do magnesium at night?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Like that's a big one. There's a lot of other things that you can do. So
Well, I mean, I think this is where I'm lacking is some of this
Yeah.
stuff. So
yeah, progesterone for depending on your age. Hey, I wear an eye mask. Let's talk about progesterone. It's all good. Okay. Who else? Anybody else have?
magnesium.
Yeah, magnesium glycinate, I think it's called.
Yeah, a certain one.
Yep.
It helps your body relax. And,
It's calming. So, yeah. Yep. Anybody else have anything? Okay.
What are the suggestions for spouses? Because like Kara said,
I'm gonna make it a hey, let's try something out and see if we do better with sleep, and because I mean we're usually watching a show out in the living room, so it's like, hey, when we go into the bedroom, I'll have him do meditation, the tea sheets, like we used to. He has his own advanced book, so I'm gonna have us get back to that. Let's fill that out together, and then let's go to bed so we can, get the crap out of the brain.
So just basically your advice is invite your partner into the
Yes.
process.
Yes.
Love it. Anybody else? All right. Anybody on Zoom have anything? Did y'all fall asleep?
I think we should do a meditation on, like, find one on YouTube or.
Yeah. We can do a meditation later, not right now. Okay. Oh, we could right now. We have time. Everybody want to do a meditation?
Like a breathing exercise or a meditation. Like, I think I love
All right.
it.
Gratitude. Who was that?
It's Stacy. I just said, sure, let's do a meditation.
Love it. We'll have a planned one. We'll do it. We'll do a planned team meditation. We'll definitely do one at the advance. I think we definitely should do that. Teach everybody how to meditate. All right. Who or what are you grateful for? Let's see. Who's on Zoom? Give me someone on Zoom. Actually, Stacy, because you just spoke up. Who or what are you grateful for? Go ahead.
So I'm grateful that my 1,000 dials are done. And Kelsey was a big cheerleader for me, so I appreciate her for being my cheerleader.
Awesome. And did anybody tell you about the 2,000 dials? Just I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm losing my voice by Friday.
All right. And then I'll go with Hannah and let's go with Carrie. We haven't heard from Carrie in a while.
I am grateful that it's going to be in the 70s this week, and I started my seedlings for the year, so I'm like ready for summer.
Little homesteader.
I love it. I know. The chickens scare me. I need to get on that. I am grateful for family. Got to spend the weekend with family this weekend with the kiddos. When you have adult kids and you get to hang out with them during the weekend, it's always nice. And then just grateful. I think we had 3 or 4 closings with the team last week. So just appreciate all of you guys and grateful for all of you. So thank you.
Awesome.